everyone. Stretch routine in 8 minutes. First exercise that you're going to do, and we're going to do for 40 seconds each, is the rear foot elevated quad stretch. What you're wanting to do is put that back foot up against a wall or up on a couch or a chair. You could bring your arms up for a little bit extra difficulty, help to open up the diaphragm. And all I'm doing is just having that back knee down. I'm holding it for 40 seconds. I'm trying to breathe from my diaphragm, just trying to relax into the stretch. The more I can go nice and tall and the more I push my hips back towards the wall, the more I'm gonna feel that stretch. So you can really feel that firing through the quads as well as the hip flexors. Okay, go ahead and switch legs. Find your position here, and we're gonna do the same thing in that spot. So stretching has many components, many benefits. It's going to help to correct muscle imbalances, helps to increase energy, helps to increase range of motion around the joints, reduces muscle tension, increases blood flow, which is also going to help to give that energy, improves posture, corrects misalignment. There's all sorts of things. Think of if you have any aches or pains, it's going to be able to help in that area because it's actually good also to combat stress. Second exercise is called a T-spine rotation. So a lot of times if you can stack the top knee down with the 90-degree angle, kind of on top of a foam roller or a rolled up towel or blanket, that works. Here I just show you from the 90-degree angle. A lot of times people call this the 90-90 stretch. What I'm trying to do is press that top leg down so I don't want to shift and open up the hips. It creates a good disassociation from the upper to the lower body. What I'm stretching here is that thoracic spine. There's 12 vertebrae in that thoracic spine, and this is called T-spine rotation. So we want to open up that joint. It's really good on helping the shoulder stability. Go ahead and switch spots here. Come over on the other side, stack those hips. Don't let those hips rotate. Press that top leg down, breathe out, squeeze through those shoulder blades. What you're also feeling a stretch on is the back of that lower back area that you're rotating towards, and that's called your SI joint or your sacroiliac joint. And so here I'm creating that movement. Don't have to overextend. I don't want to pull with my arm or shoulder. I want to rotate through the middle of my shoulder area. Can you feel that stretching? It's a great opening stretch. It feels great. It's also good for golfers, any type of athletics as well. Next exercise we're going to do is called the proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation hamstring stretch. That's a mouthful, but it's a PNF stretch. So if you have a towel or a band, you're wanting to hold one leg, pull it back. You can have a slight bend in the knee, and that's okay. And then what I'm doing is I'm keeping my core tight, and I'm taking big, deep breaths out as I drop that other leg. So as that leg drops, I'm trying to let that hamstring stretch with the hips and the core. So I've done another video on hamstrings of how you can do some elongating, kind of how to stretch them without actually stretching them. So be sure to visit that one as well. But this one is a way to be able to mix in some hamstring stretches. And you might be able to see there's a fly flying around, and I just heard the buzzing, but that's right, I'll take care of it later. Here we're switching legs. Keep that pull back. You want to pull back, slight bend in the knee is okay, and drop. Now if you're more flexible, you can just keep pulling those legs back a little bit, even feeling a little contraction on the quads. So if you contract the quads, stretch the length of those hamstrings, that's really going to get that PNF stretching. And what it is called a contract release. So when I contract one side of the muscle, it'll help to release the other side. Just relax into that stretch, really pull far back. And you're gonna stay on the ground for the next one with the band. I'm just gonna switch to go the other way. It's called an IT band stretch. So here I'm just pulling, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my knee and then contract out through it. So that's that PNF side of things. We contract and then we release. It's a great way to stretch. Getting this one for 40 seconds. You should feel this on the outside part of the leg. That's called the IT band. That runs on that outside part. A lot of times runners really know about the IT band because that's going to get shortened. One reason it gets shortened is from the angle of when we land our foot. Feel that stretch. Taking big, deep breaths. Just try to relax into it. Good. Okay, now go ahead and switch sides. We're going to get the same thing on the other side. I drop that leg down and then just kind of create your range of motion. What I want to do is not rotate the hips too much. I want to keep the hips pretty level without rotating my shoulders or my spine. Just relax into it, and then I'm just kicking out to that outer area. And it's good also on the hip as well, but you're feeling it through that outer part when you can extend that leg. A little bit of the quads kick in. Lots of good things going on with an IT band stretch, because that one's usually going to be shortened with the way that we stand when we walk and when we run. Okay, next one is a leg cradle. So I'm going to tuck my leg across. All I'm doing is I'm pulling that knee to the opposite shoulder. So kind of think of pulling across. I'm keeping my shoulders level. Big deep breaths. Try to breathe down from your diaphragm, which is right below your ribs. Taking big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and try to relax into it. That one's stretching what's called the piriformis. It's a lateral glute muscle, and when that one gets stretched, it's really good on helping to protect your lower back, often associated with sciatica nerve pain. And we just have one more stretch after this one, so we'll switch sides here in a second, and then we're going to stretch your upper traps. Good. Cross over, pull in and over and across without pulling my hips or my spine out of alignment. I want to still keep it nice neutral alignment, and then be able to really just open and pull. The more I tuck across towards that opposite shoulder, the more I'll feel it. Relax into the stretch. Even closing your eyes, good way to relax into it. Good. Okay, now we're finishing there on that one. Okay, last one is upper trap. So I bring my right arm down, I'm dropping that shoulder, and then all I do is just pull straight over and across. So I'm getting that right upper trap area. And I'm going to show you another one on a neck muscle called the levator scapula. So you might feel one or the other, and feel free to do either one here as you finish the stretch. So here we go into this other levator scapula. What this one is called is the pocket stretch. So I want to tuck my chin down, look towards that opposite pocket, keep that right shoulder down, and just pull just gently on the neck. Relax out of it. It feels good. Drop down. If you work at a computer through the day, these are great stretches to do. How are you feeling on the stretches? They feel good? Very relaxing 8-minute stretch routine here as you drop that left shoulder, and then here in a second we're going to go into the other levator scapula and gently pull that pocket stretch. Let that left shoulder drop down. Take big deep breaths. Don't have to over pull, just nice and gentle. Good. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. Please subscribe, please click like. That was nice and relaxing. I'll see you again soon.